Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to do the spring cleaning book tag because I saw the girls over at Owlcrate do it and it was adorable, and I'm trying to force spring to happen. It's currently snowing outside, so it's not working very well. But this tag, I believe, was originally created by Book Syrup? I think that was the channel name. I will leave the original video and Owlcrate's linked down below because they're both super fun. So let's get started. So question number 1 is the struggle of getting started. A book or series of books that you struggle to begin because of its size. And I don't even have these books anymore because I finally took the pressure off and I unhauled them, and it was so cathartic to do it. But don't hate me for this, but it's just a fandom that I just don't think I'm ever gonna get into at this point, and that is all of the Cassandra Clare books, like the Shadow Hunters, the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, whatever the new one is called now. I don't know what the new one is, the something something. But I tried that. I literally bought City of Bones when it came out, back when I was probably 16 years old or something like that. And I tried it multiple times, couldn't get into it back then, have tried since, really can't get into it. So I finally have taken the pressure off and I unhauled it, and it was very therapeutic. So those books for sure. Question 2 is cleaning out the closet, a book or series that you are going to unhaul. I actually have already done an unhaul recently from my shelves since I've rearranged them, and I literally have a stack of books over there, like 4 stacks deep. It's ridiculous. But these books were kind of hard for me to get rid of. These are the Immortal Beloved books. This is book 1 and book 2. First of all, they don't match, so that's always gonna irk me because I don't think book 1 ever came out with these covers. But I adore Kate Tiernan. Like, Sweep was my entire teenage life. That series defines teenage me, or at least young teenage me for sure. So I pretty much picked up every book that she wrote after that, and nothing has compared, and I got these, I never read them, so I'm gonna unhaul them. Question 3 is opening a window and letting the fresh air in, a book that was very refreshing. And for that, I chose Foolish Hearts by Emma Mills, because I'm not a huge contemporary reader, so this was refreshing for me to begin with, but this book was so great. Like, I laughed through the whole thing, so that was refreshing because it takes a lot for me to laugh from a book. I laughed through this whole entire book, but what was refreshing to me was the characters in this. They were not the stereotypical YA characters. Like, the main girl was quirky and sassy and snarky, like she wasn't very, like, self-conscious of herself, which was refreshing to read from. But my main thing that I'm using for this question is Gideon. The love interest, the boy in this story, is not the typical YA boy. Like, he's not dark and brooding, he doesn't move to a new town, he doesn't have a dark past, he's literally just goofy. Like, he's Andy Dwyer, and it's great. It was so refreshing. Question 4 is washing out the sheet stains. Pick a book or a scene in a book that you wish you could rewrite. And for this one, it was kind of hard for me to pick this, but I'm gonna go with, I know, don't hate me, don't judge this first because I adore this book, but Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia is like one of my favorite books of last year. Like, I loved this book so much, but all that I wanted was a little bit more at the end when everything kind of got revealed. I wanted slightly more reactions for how much buildup there was, of how much like secrecy there was in this story. I wanted to see more reactions from everyone in the story when everything got revealed. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I just wanted a little bit more instead of just like her internal feelings and then moving on. So that's my answer for that one. Question 5 is throwing out knickknacks, a book or series that you think was unnecessary. No, I'm just kidding. This is totally necessary to Feyre's character development, but I am still under the impression that the story starts at "Hello, Feyre, darling." But in all seriousness, I chose Fairest for this. This is not necessarily part of the Lunar Chronicles series, but it is kind of like a 0.5. It's a story following Queen Lavanna, so you can kind of understand her past and how she turned into the evil bitch queen that she was. And yes, you kind of got to understand a little bit more from her character, but I don't think it really did much for the story as a whole, other than just kind of reaffirming the fact that she was not cool. So I'm choosing this. Question 6 is Polishing the Doorknobs, a book with a clean finish. And for this, I'm gonna go with Release by Patrick Ness. This book was so emotional and draining that it was just like, and it's just a perfect standalone. I think that it wrapped up really well. It gave me all of the feels. It's one of those books that you close it when you finish it and you just kind of clutch it to your chest. I consider that a fairly clean finish because you're just like, yes, my life is complete now. Question 7 is Reaching to Dust the Ceiling Fan, a book that tries too hard to relay a certain message. And for this, I'm gonna go with When Dimple Met Rishi. I understand this book. I think it's relevant, and I don't think that anything is wrong with the diversity in this. I think it was portrayed perfectly, but I feel like it tried very hard to be very diverse and include the Indian culture in it, but it ultimately just became a standard YA contemporary plotline, so I think it kind of focused too hard on trying to be diverse and then didn't really do much with the storyline. I personally was let down with this. I know that a lot of people love the story, so that is by no means to be offensive towards anybody who loved this. I personally just didn't click with it because I think it tried too hard to be one thing or the other, and it didn't really succeed with either, in my opinion. So that's that. And the last question is a tiring yet satisfying finish to spring cleaning, a book or series that was exhausting but worth it in the end. And for that, I'm gonna go with my love, The Magician's Trilogy. I know I haven't talked about this on my channel for a while, but it's been popping up in my life again recently and I'm feeling the need for a reread. But this series is so draining, it's so dark, it's so gnarly, and it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot to digest in this series, and it's one of those things by the end you're so pooped, but God, it's so good. I know this is a you love it or hate it series. I personally love it so much, but man, is it exhausting. That is it for this video. If you guys would like to do this, I am tagging everyone. Go for it. Just do this. Do the tag, please. It's fun. I enjoy it. If you want to check out Owlcrates or the original video, I will leave them linked down below, and that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.